Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Shifts and Pucks News Pack for Tuesday, May 24th. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com, Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com, Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. As tonight, Game 4 of the Battle of Alberta. The Oilers come in leading the series 2-1. The Calgary Flames, of course, won the first game 9-6. Oilers won 5-3 on Friday, and then on Sunday, the Oilers came away with a 4-1 victory, and so we are with there we go. The Oilers come in with that 2-1 series lead. As it's playoffs, not a lot in terms of lineup news. Chris Tanev again skated. I'm not expecting him in the lineup. Sean and I did a recap podcast last night. I had some things to say about the Flames top line. But one of the other things we're talking about is I just do not think we're going to see Chris Tanev in this series. If he didn't play Game 7, if he hasn't played now, I know he's trying to skate, but not expecting him in this series. So the Calgary Flames, the six, if they maybe make a drastic change, I don't expect Connor Mackey in the lineup, but the 6D that they have to get the job done. In order for the Flames to win. That's simple for defensively. The Eric Branson, Nikita Zordov, Michael Stone, Oliver Shillington, and especially they're going to need more from Rasmus Anderson and Noah Hannafin. Specifically, I think, Stone has given everything that he can. Oliver Shillington has struggled. Nikita Zordov has given, and Eric Branson has given everything they can, but they've struggled. But Rasmus Anderson and Noah Hannafin have to take this another step if the Flames have a chance. And you know what? Two lines specifically, the Lindholm Gaudreau Kachuk line, that they have not been good enough here. And the Yarncrow, Dubé, and Toffoli line need to step up and give a little bit more. I think the fourth line is doing for what they're supposed to do, and Backlund has done. Mangiapane and Coleman are doing everything they can. I think everybody's going to have to step up for the Flames to win, including Jacob Markstrom. Expected a huge atmosphere again tonight. The Oilers are just feeling this momentum. They are feeling that they are on their way. I think from the Oilers' perspective, you wonder if they win games tonight, do they just walk in Calgary and it's a celebration? It's a huge, huge step here for Calgary. This is, for the Flames, this is an opportunity. The Oilers have shown in this series that they've wanted it more than the Calgary Flames, and this is the night that we're going to see how much the Calgary Flames want it. That's what's at stake here. We know how much the McDavid, Draisaitl, Kane line has done. All of that, we can talk about that. Smith has outplayed Markstrom. The Oilers have outplayed the Flames in the last 3 to 5 periods here. The Oilers are dictating the pace. If the Calgary Flames want it, this is a night that they need to show that they are the team that everybody has thought that they were heading into these playoffs. They, get back to that structure, get back to that identity, and take it. This is not an 8 seed team. This is a number 1 Stanley Cup favorite in some people's mind team, and the Calgary Flames need to show that tonight. So that's what's at stake. Oilers Flames, game 1 there. We've got the Carolina Panthers taking on the New York Rangers tonight, game 4 of that series. And really, there's not been a lot to talk about in this series. I guess the big talking point has been the goaltending of Antti Raanta has surprised a lot of people, and the fact that Carolina has not won on the road, but has not lost at home yet in these playoffs. 6-0 at home, 0-4 on the road. So we'll see what changes there. But the Rangers got a big win there to make this 2-1, and they'll have an opportunity to tie that series tonight. So those are the 2 games tonight. Looking at the games last night, first team out, President's Trophy champion Florida Panthers. A lot of people had high expectations of Florida Panthers coming into these playoffs. They were the highest scoring team in the salary cap era. They got Claude Giroux. There's a lot. Barkov and Huberdeau, a la Lindholm and Gaudreau, really had high expectations around them. Huberdeau was in my Hart Trophy conversation. Barkov is in the Selke Trophy conversation. But the Tampa Bay Lightning, and Andre Vasilevskiy, who has to be in an early, first half candidate for the Conn Smythe as well, stood his ground last night. They're in that game between those two teams. You look back, really go back to Game 6 of that series against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Andre Vasilevskiy started very slow in these playoffs, and then he just has shut it down the last 5-6 games. He's been unbelievable. The Lightning did this without Braden Point. The Lightning did this with 2 disallowed goals, and they should have been disallowed. I'm not saying that they should have been, but they have just keep finding ways to win, fight back from injuries, fight back from everything else, fight back from any adversity. They just want it, and it is something to watch there from Tampa Bay. On that point there, so the Lightning come away with the win yesterday. They win 2-0, and they are going to await the winner of the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Rangers. That series going on there, so see what happens in that one. There tonight, that's there, as we've talked about that already. So, and then the other series from last night, by the way, shots on goal last night between Tampa Bay and Florida. Here, let me just get this here. The shots on goal were 49-26, favoring the Florida Panthers. I said that right. 49-26, favoring the Florida Panthers. Andre Vasilevskiy, a 49 save shutout. Colorado, St. Louis, lots of controversy coming into this series. You had the Nazem Kadri hit, which has led to very sadly, very unfortunate racist death threats received to the Kadri family. That is not appropriate, not necessary. None of that is acceptable, but this is kudos to Nazem Kadri. And just I think I have to say one of the most courageous playoff games overall when you consider what Nazem Kadri went through. He, and his family, and it just dealing with these threats, just showing this composure. Here, 3 goals last night. The Blues came into the second period with a 1-0 lead, and then it broke down for the Blues. They just lost their composure, which is shocking from a Stanley Cup championship. David Perron, who I think should have been suspended for his actions last night, has to pay $5,000 for his cross-check on Nazem Kadri, but they just completely lost control of the game. They lost control of who they were. They tried to fight back. Their power play has been special, but when it became 5-3 on Kadri gets the hat trick goal, one that Ville Husso should have stopped. Blues get the power play. They can't really establish anything, and if they do, Darcy Kemper is there in that Colorado big kill. And it's, we hear a lot of talk. It's not about the percentage of power play. It's when the power play scores. Same with the penalty kill. It's not in this situation, not when the penalty, you don't look at the percentage of penalty kill, but what a key penalty kill by the Colorado Avalanche that allows them to get the 6-3 victories. They lead that series 3-1. So Kadri, great performance. I don't think people have given enough credit for Kadri just throughout the year. I mean, Nathan MacKinnon was out for a good chunk of the year. Kadri was leading this team in scoring. They've been able, Colorado, to switch MacKinnon and Kadri around with different line mates. He has stepped up and he is becoming what I think the Calgary Flames, I tweeted this out last night, want Matthew Tkachuk to be. A guy that knows the difference to be on the edge and when to be in the game. He knows it. And he showed that last night. Nazem Kadri was outstanding, and the Colorado Avalanche are 1 win away from advancing to the Western Conference Final. talked about David Perron there. He was fined at $5,000 there. So that was for the Spear. That's the other big news that came out from the National Hockey League today. So we're just really, it's about the games. We'll focus on the WHL here. We last night, another great game between Winnipeg and Edmonton. The Winnipeg Ice have scored 9 third-period goals in their series against the Edmonton Oil Kings, but the Oil Kings have been able to force games into overtime. And Justin sort of scored one of the best goals in the WHL playoffs. A great individual effort. I channeled his inner Connor McDavid, and the Oil Kings lead that series 2-1 in a result with that result last night, and with the overtime win, and it was 4-3. The Oil Kings outshot the Ice 55-21. Gage Alexander is taking the reins in goal for the Winnipeg Ice. He made 51 saves. That series, I think, is going to still be a long series. Ice 1 for 2 in the power play. Their power play does contribute. It's going to be a long series. Game 4 will be on Wednesday. So check that out as well. Tonight, Kamloops and Seattle switch their scene to Seattle. Reed Schaefer guy to watch. There's a lot of guys to watch in that series as well. Logan Stankoven, the draft pick of the Dallas Stars. I think everybody kind of knows him. But there's also Kevin Krashinsky, who's going to be a high draft pick in this year's draft. Reed Schaefer is a high draft pick. Thomas Millick, Dylan Garand, 2 really strong goaltenders there. And Quinn Schmiemann, a talented defenseman that a lot of people pay attention to in the WHL, but perhaps he's strong. Luke Toporowski is there as well. So lots there. Michael Rempa, 6'9" forward. So that will be a long series to Kamloops and Seattle. Seattle coming back from that 3-1 deficit from the Portland Winterhawks to get there, and then the Blazers knocking off the Giants. So that series is going on tonight as well. So that is the news for today. We will be back to recap Game 4 of the Battle of Alberta tomorrow. There. Of course, you can follow us all individually on Twitter. Sean Beardy Canuck 03, Tyler TNOBLE, Christian Schneid's SCHNEIDZ. I am KEVOLE. Also, don't forget Devin. Devin is Gordhouse 09. I am KEVOLE. Subscribe wherever you get your audio. As well, check out the Fireside Chat. They have posted a podcast today as well at Fireside Chat. You can also follow us on the Area 51 Sports Network. Lots of coverage going on everything there with the Whitecaps, WHL on Area 51 as well, where we write there covering that and a bunch of other different things. So check them out there as well. Thanks everyone for watching and listening, and we will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.